Today I have a little question for you and for us. It's a bit, of a rhetorical question. My question is, should we get inspired by best performers on our market, within our companies? Should we look at the number one performers out there and copy and paste what they are doing? Let's talk about it and tell me at the end of this video what are your practices, your advices, and what you think about this. So let's start with a little story of mine that may interest you a lot. When I first joined the HR industry in an HR agency group, I discovered the work of consultant en recrutement, as we say in French. It means that you do both HR, recruiting, finding accountants and stuff like that, and you have to develop your portfolio. So you have to find new companies to put these profiles into. It's really both an HR and commercial kind of job. It requires a lot of skills, actually much more than what I imagine. It's not just, meeting people for appointments and saying, oh, you're great, oh, you're bad. No. You have to search, you have to find the best applicants ever. You have to really see what are their skills exactly and compare them to other people. And then when they are completely perfect and you have full documents about them, full files about them, you have to find new companies to put other people in other companies. It's really a job where you do a lot actually. And in this job, I had to look at all of the qualities I had to develop for both my recruitment part and my business commercial parts. So I had to, look at all of the business developers' practices and the recruiters' practices so I could have, a double skill that was really, really on steroids. So I reached my goals by really looking at what was working within my company. I was always looking at other people's actions, at least the 10 best performers in the recruitment and the sales development teams. And the very interesting part actually is that with this job, I realized that I really, really loved the business development part because it was going really, really fast. And even though I like recruiting people, meeting talents out there, I love when it's fast and when I can immediately see companies' problems and find solutions to them. So it was super interesting because I had to negotiate to get a sort of promotion, and have a full-time commercial job. And now I joined a new team when they accepted. I joined the business developers team. It's honestly a team of sharks, to be fully transparent with you. Most of them are not humanitarian people, they are really all about figures, all about, making the best revenue possible, sometimes stepping on other people, and this is something I don't really like, but I watched what they were doing closely. I was working much more than most of them. I was doing even more calls than all of them, like at least 100 per day. And I also had, video conference meetings with companies. I negotiated, expensive contracts to the point where, because of all of the analytics, I looked out about these colleagues. I was number one. But not only that, I was also applying it to my personality. Because as I said, I'm not really in fond of stepping, on other people to succeed. Of course, if you have a really business kind of job, sometimes you must take decisions and some of your colleagues are not going to like you. Let's be fully honest with you, because there is a lot of competition within groups like this, within this sector in particular. And we all know that this is the game. But again, I didn't want to be too much of a shark. So I took the best of what they were doing and I implemented it to my own style. And this is what I want to tell today to you. You can totally copy and paste what is working. But don't copy everything like a robot without thinking, of course. And I'm sure you think a lot when you implement new things. So pay attention to it. Watch again the best practices out there, may it be within your company or on the market you are working in, and add your own twist, add your own, touch to it. And believe me, people are gonna love you. Both your customers, sometimes your colleagues and your managers, they are going to be crazy about your work. So I really encourage you to do that. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm working on myself every day to improve, but this is one of the best improvement tips that I have for you. Like I said, I really believe it's important for you to watch what is working and copy and paste that. This being said, I really want you to be careful on one thing, especially when you're talking with friends of yours that are really inspiring to you, really high performers within, I don't know, social media or a certain kind of industry, fashion, arts or whatever. It's important not to get lost and not to have the want and need to copy their full model. You should not copy and paste a full model that is not you and that has no, potential, because otherwise everyone would want to create a new Amazon every day and that would be many Jeff Bezos. But the truth is, Jeff is already taking a huge place here in his sector, in the online retailing platforms. You cannot copy and paste something that is already too in place if you are not fully into it. If you don't have a really original offer or a great marketing budget, you cannot do that. And this is why I want you to always think about your possibilities, your skills, what are the things you can give to people. Because again, it's super great to see what is working, but it doesn't mean you should copy, your friends, your former colleagues or whatever. Even your former bosses. Sometimes we have acquired a lot of skills within a certain industry and we think, I worked in the gardening industry, so let's open my own gardening company and it will be easy. No, if you don't have something to add to this market, a really personal value and really great ideas, forget about it. Think about how they created this amazing gardening company in the past, your bosses or whatever, and apply it to one of your passions, something you are really good at. So tell me what you think about it and see you very soon for other videos.